Hello, happy Odin Day, Woden Day. Moving on. Alright. Whatever name you call it. Alright, Amazon, hey. Flash briefing.
Hi.
Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, getting your flash briefing. In NPR News. Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Kristen
Y'all
Wright.
get ready for your
50
Thanksgiving
hostages
cooking.
captured by Hamas could soon be freed and reunited with their families. In exchange for the hostages, the Israeli government approved the release of some Palestinian prisoners and a pause in the fighting between Israel and Hamas. Brett McGurk is the White House coordinator for the Middle East and North Africa. He spoke to NPR's Morning Edition.
The 50 women and children I mentioned will come out over the first 4 days. And it's 4 days of a full humanitarian pause, so all the fighting stops. We're likely to see a real surge of humanitarian assistance, which the ceasefire here enables. And then for every additional 10 hostages that Hamas can release, and of course there's about well over 200, the pause will continue.
3 Americans are among the hostages expected to be let go, including a 3-year-old girl. Millions in the U.S. are on the move today for the Thanksgiving holiday. But as NPR's Joel Rose reports, storms and weather-related delays in the Northeast are in the forecast.
More people are traveling this week than at any time since the coronavirus pandemic. The Federal Aviation Administration says more than 2.9 million people will be flying today. The FAA warns travelers can expect long lines and congestion at airports. And travelers around Boston, New York, and Philadelphia should also expect weather-related delays due to rainy conditions. AAA predicts nearly 50 million people will be driving at least 50 miles from home during the Thanksgiving weekend. That's the third highest total since AAA began tracking holiday travel in 2000. In addition to traffic and congestion, drivers will find gas prices at some of their lowest levels of the year. Joel Rose, NPR News, Washington.
Stocks opened higher this morning as new claims for unemployment benefits declined. NPR's Scott Horsley reports the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 80 points in early trading.
The overall job market remains strong. 209,000 people applied for unemployment benefits last week, 24,000 fewer than the week before. As of early November, just over 1.6 million people were receiving some form of jobless aid. Orders for long-lasting manufactured goods were down last month, largely due to a drop in demand for transportation equipment. Excluding the transportation category, durable goods orders were flat in October. As millions of people hit the road for the holiday weekend, they're finding cheaper gasoline. AAA reports the average price of regular gas nationwide is about $3.28 a gallon. That's 35 cents a gallon less than this time last year. Scott Horsley, NPR News, Washington.
In Alaska, people are missing in a massive landslide. It barreled down a rain-soaked mountainside and smashed into homes in a remote fishing community about 150 miles south of Juneau. The landslide is estimated to be 450 feet wide. 2 children are among the 3 people missing. 3 others were killed. You're listening to NPR News from Washington. 60 years ago today, President John F. Kennedy was shot and killed while his motorcade rounded the corner of Dealey Plaza in Dallas. Over an hour later, his assassin was caught 3 miles away after sneaking into a movie. Toluwani Osibamaro from member station KERA visited the historic Texas Theater, where they're commemorating the anniversary of that dark day.
The 1961 film War is Hell was playing on the Texas Theater screen when Lee Harvey Oswald snuck in. Cry of Battle was also slated to play that day, but likely didn't because of Oswald's arrest. Barack Epstein with the Texas Theater says that role in history might have been what kept one of the oldest Dallas theaters alive.
Maybe if that hadn't happened here and things had run its course in the city and on this street, maybe this theater, wouldn't be here. If it was just another old theater that was past its prime and was bulldozed.
Visitors can watch both films from that historic day today at that theater. I'm Toluwani Osibamaro in Dallas.
Dutch voters are casting ballots today to choose a new prime minister for the first time in more than a decade. It's anticipated to be a tight 3-party race. The Netherlands could elect its first woman as prime minister. Migration is a key issue after 13 years in office. Prime Minister Mark Rutte announced earlier this year he's stepping down amid a dispute over refugees and the collapse of his coalition government. I'm Kristen Wright, NPR News.
Support for
In NASA News, inspiring students with ham radio, other educational programs as an orbiting microgravity laboratory, the International Space Station hosts experiments from almost every scientific field. It also is home to educational programs to encourage young people worldwide to study science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, STEM. These programs aim to inspire the next generation of space scientists. This article is for students grades 5 to 8. Artemis is NASA's new lunar exploration program, which includes sending the first woman and first person of color on the moon. Through the Artemis missions, NASA will use new technology to study the moon in new and better ways and prepare for human missions to Mars. Why is? This article is for students grades K-4. Artemis is a new NASA program to explore the moon. These missions will land the first woman and first person of color on the moon. With the Artemis program, NASA will study the moon in new and better ways. Why is this program called Artemis? The first astronauts...
Gee, who knows?
NASA Langley Research Group. The research group supporting this program includes instrumentation below is a snapshot of instruments and tools Langley uses to support CISA student projects and the summer airborne science campaigns.
Off. Amazon, tell us a joke.
You know what's a real buzzkill? A fly swatter.
A fly swatter? Having a fly swatter with us? Oof. Sorry for the flies. Alright, y'all. Have a great day. Peace, prosper, love. Hang loose.